I started playing music when I was 6 or 7. I think it was piano was my first instrument. I wanted to play drums, but the school I went to wouldn't let you play drums unless you learnt percussion. So I learnt percussion as well. Turns out that was the one I really love, and that's what has become a profession for me. In percussion, I feel like I get the opportunity to play lots of different styles of music. I get to span pop and jazz and classical and contemporary, and I find that's really fun. I came up with the idea of Practice Pal as I was teaching, and I was trying to tackle the issue of how some students, no matter how hard we try, just don't seem to make as much progress as others. And I was thinking there must be a way to tackle this. And it got me thinking about music schools and how they have practice supervisors popping in and out of different practice rooms along the corridor, giving tips, giving advice, and thinking, actually that's something that would benefit everyone, not just those who are fortunate enough to go to music school. Well, then I kind of wrote a proposal, I guess, of what a remote practice supervision piece of software might look like. I knew that a friend of mine was a coder, a developer, and I thought, well, I'll send it to him and I'll see what he thinks of this. The impact I've seen from people using Practice Pal is enormous. It is so clear when you have 2 students who start and one of them decides to use Practice Pal for the supervised practice and one doesn't. The rate of progress is just so extremely different. Many of my pupils who are using Practice Pal and are now post-grade 8 by the time they leave the school I teach at. We're starting to see that more and more often with those who are using Practice Pal, that they're getting that boost to their progress. It's been really exciting to see what a difference it makes. One of my musical heroes would be the guitarist Pat Metheny. One of my first kind of memories of really having my mind blown of the scope of what there was in music was in the lessons I had with my piano teacher, and he loved Pat Metheny and gave me some Pat Metheny CDs to listen to. And I was listening to the drumming and I was like, that's got to be 2 drummers. I'm sure that's 2 drummers. And I think there was that realization as well, that there's always so much further to go in music. You've never reached a destination. You can always learn more. You can always discover more in that musical journey. My 3 desert island discs would be, well, it would have to include Shostakovich's Symphony No. 5, just an amazing masterpiece, and I have played it as a child and as an adult, and it's something that I've only grown to love more as I've played it and as I've experienced his music. My second desert island disc would be Mahler 4, and actually I'd want the specific recording of the CBSO, which is Pete Hill on timps. And I remember in various van journeys, we would blast out Mahler 4, the 3rd movement, which it kind of builds up to this ridiculous climax. And there's just something electrifying about that recording. My 3rd desert island disc would be Big Swing Face by Buddy Rich. Just love the album, and it's just got some classic tunes on there. If I hadn't become a musician, I'd be quite interested in being like a woodworker, a craftsman. I think probably whatever my job, I'd want to be doing something practical in it. I'd want to be making something. Even if it was administrative, I'd want to make a new system or a new process, which makes it either more fun or faster.